Every revolution begins with a question, every system with doubt. This is Satoshi's mirror, where we trace the evolution of belief itself. Some reflections show us the past, some reveal the present, and some show us what we're becoming. There is a kind of silence that only pioneers know. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of company. The knowledge that you are building something no one else can see yet, that might never be seen at all. January 4th, 2009. Somewhere in the world, exactly 2 computers are running Bitcoin. Just 2. The entire network, the revolution, the dream, the mathematical proof that trust can be replaced by code. It all rests on 2 machines, humming in the darkness. One belongs to Satoshi Nakamoto, the other to Hal Finney. Between them, a question hangs unspoken. Will anyone else care? Hal sends Satoshi an email. Subject line, feedback on Bitcoin. The message is technical, precise. He's found bugs, small ones, inevitable in any new system. But underneath the technical language, something else lives. Excitement, recognition. The feeling of watching something impossible become real. Satoshi responds within hours. Always within hours, those first weeks. As if they're standing watch together, tending a flame that might go out if they look away. They discuss transaction fees, block times, cryptographic signatures. But really, they're discussing belief. How do you convince the world that this works when the world has decided it can't? The blockchain grows. Block after block, each one containing nothing but the proof that time passed and work was done. No transactions yet, except between Satoshi and Hal. No economy, no market, just mathematics, proving itself to itself. Other cryptographers watch from a distance, skeptical. Digital currency has been tried before. DigiCash failed. E-gold failed. They all fail because money requires trust, and trust requires institutions. But Satoshi has built something different. Not a currency backed by trust, but a currency backed by proof. Every transaction verified not by a bank, but by mathematics so simple a child could understand it, yet so robust that all the computing power in the world can't fake it. Hal Finney types into the void, running Bitcoin. 2 words that will echo through history. Not a promise, not a prediction, just a simple declaration of participation. I am here. I am doing this. I believe. Block 170. The number means nothing yet, but it will be remembered. Satoshi sends Hal 10 Bitcoins. The first transaction between 2 people in Bitcoin's history. The coins are worth exactly nothing in dollars, euros, yen. No exchange exists to give them value. No market to price them. They're simply data, moving from one address to another, secured by cryptography that would take longer than the age of the universe to break. But they move. They arrive. The system works. Hal stares at his screen. 10 Bitcoins sit in his wallet, the first Bitcoins anyone other than Satoshi has ever owned. He feels something he can't quite name. Not wealth, not power. Something closer to witnessing the first heartbeat of something alive. He emails Satoshi, "Congratulations on the successful launch." 4 words that contain multitudes. This is real. We did this. It's alive. Weeks pass, then months. The Bitcoin network runs, solving its mathematical puzzles, securing its chain. A handful of people join, 5 nodes, then 10, then 20. But the world doesn't notice. The headlines are still full of bailouts, foreclosures, collapse. Governments are busy rescuing banks too big to fail. No one has time to care about a digital currency running on hobby computers. Satoshi posts on the newly created Bitcoin forum, messages explaining the code, answering questions, defending the vision. Sometimes the questions are technical, sometimes they're philosophical. Why should anyone trust this? Satoshi's answer is simple. You don't have to trust me. You can verify the code yourself. This is the revolution hidden in plain sight. Not asking for faith, but offering proof. Not demanding belief, but providing the tools to verify every claim. A programmer in Finland downloads Bitcoin out of curiosity. A student in London runs it as an experiment. An engineer in California installs it because the mathematics are beautiful, and beauty sometimes is reason enough. They mine blocks. They move coins between wallets. They discuss optimizations, theoretical attacks, possible futures. They build not for profit. There is no profit, no market, no price, but for possibility. This is the wilderness, the time between birth and recognition. When a thing exists but doesn't matter yet, when believers gather not because they're certain, but because they're willing to find out. October 5th, 2009. A user named New Liberty Standard does something audacious. They calculate Bitcoin's value, not by decree, not by consensus, but by simple logic. How much electricity does it take to mine 1 Bitcoin? What does that electricity cost? Therefore, 1 Bitcoin is worth $1 equals 1,309 Bitcoins. It's absurd, laughable. A Bitcoin is worth less than a penny, less than the smallest coin in any currency. You could mine thousands with a laptop. But that's not what matters. What matters is someone tried to answer the question, what is this worth? And in trying, they created the possibility of worth existing at all. Someone else reads this and thinks, if 1 Bitcoin is worth something, even something tiny, then I can trade for them, offer something in exchange. The first exchange happens, not on a platform, not through an institution. 2 people meeting in the forum, agreeing to trade dollars for Bitcoins at New Liberty Standard's rate. The transaction completes. Both parties walk away satisfied. No bank facilitated it. No government blessed it. No authority approved it. It simply happened because 2 people decided it could. December 31st, 2009. The calendar prepares to turn. The world exhales, grateful to leave behind the year of crisis. Bitcoin ends its first year worth almost nothing. The entire network, every coin that will ever exist, every transaction that has ever occurred, it's all worth less than a used car. The community numbers in the dozens, maybe hundreds if you count lurkers. They have no headquarters, no leadership, no business plan, just code and belief, and the strange faith that mathematics doesn't lie, even when everything else does. Satoshi posts less frequently now. The code is stable. Others contribute patches, improvements. The system is beginning to run itself, exactly as designed. Some wonder if Satoshi is losing interest. Others think they're simply stepping back, letting the network prove it can survive without constant tending. No one knows the truth. No one ever will. Hal keeps his node running. Every day, his computer participates in securing the network, validating transactions, maintaining consensus. He doesn't know yet that he's sick, that within a few years, ALS will begin stealing his body from him, one muscle at a time. That he'll keep contributing to Bitcoin even as he loses the ability to type, to speak, to move. All he knows now is that he's part of something that matters, even if no one else can see it yet. Every movement has a wilderness period, the time after birth but before recognition, when the only people who care are the ones who believed before there was reason to believe. This is when most things die, when enthusiasm fades and reality intrudes, and people remember they have bills to pay, and lives to live, and dreams that don't require quite so much faith. But sometimes, rarely, but sometimes, the thing survives. Not because it's perfect, but because it's possible. Not because everyone believes, but because enough people refuse to stop believing. Bitcoin survived its wilderness. 2 nodes became 10. 10 became 100. 100 became thousands. Each one a person choosing to participate in something larger than themselves. They had no proof it would work, no guarantee of profit, no authority promising success. Just code that anyone could read, mathematics that anyone could verify, and the strange, stubborn hope that maybe, just maybe, the world was ready for money that belonged to everyone and no one, that could be created by work, but never by decree. The mirror reflected their belief back at them. Some saw foolishness. Others saw faith. Some saw wasted time. Others saw the future being born, one block at a time. The wilderness doesn't end with triumph. It ends with persistence, with the quiet decision to keep building, keep believing, keep running Bitcoin even when no one's watching, even when it doesn't make sense, even when the only reward is the work itself. 1 year down, an uncertain infinity ahead. But the network breathes, the code runs, the chain grows, and in that growth, a question forms. If a few dozen people can build money from mathematics, what else can we build? What other systems are we accepting simply because we've forgotten to imagine alternatives? The spark survived its first winter. Whether it becomes a flame depends on what happens next. One story ends, another begins, and the mirror keeps reflecting.